In this set of videos, we're going to take a look at the interweb, or internet web. It's actually a joke that I heard. Somebody called it the worldwide global interweb, which is actually a cross between internet and web. And it's not a real term, but it's kind of clever. So going on, the first thing to understand is how the internet works, and we've already talked about this before, but basically it works like this. You have a web client, which is your computer. You send a request for information. That goes through a bunch of network things, that's the internet, until it reaches a web server, and then that request is sent back. Now, it kind of works similar to this graph as well, and that is you have multiple computers that are hooked up to routers that are hooked up to modems that are hooked up to the internet, and the signal comes back through that network. Well, it actually is very, very complicated, of course, when it comes to the way it works, because the internet is this huge network of computers all over the place, and everything's sent in little packages. That's why they have these pictures broken down into little blocks, just to show that these little blocks of information travel in lots of different ways to get to you, and they're reassembled actually on your destination computer. So it's a pretty complex system what the internet is, but remember that the World Wide Web is actually the interconnected documents, and those are the HTTP requests. That's Hypertext Transfer Protocol request documents that you receive from web servers to web clients. So of course it's all based upon HTML markup. HTML markup is the language used to describe the contents or structure of a document. If you look at a web page such as this one, behind it is all this code, and that code of course is that HTML markup. Now HTML markup requires basic tags in order to have that structure, such as HTML and the ending HTML that says this is an HTML document. Then we have our head section, which might include the title of the page and some other things. And then we have our body, which is the visual content of the website. Now, understanding how the tags works, of course, are very important. There are different types of tags. Basically, we have structure tags like HTML, head, title, body. These are things that are required on a page. We also have structure tags such as whether or not something is a table or a division. A lot of these tags you don't actually visually see. They're just there to define the structure of the document. Now we also have formatting tags, like which tags are headings or paragraphs, ordered list, unordered list, which are block quotes, and then things that are inside, like what is strong text or bold text or emphasized text. And then we have things like line breaks and horizontal rules as well. We also have tags that have special functions like linking to websites or embedding images. So it's important to understand there's lots of ways to do it. So what do? Do we hand code it, or do we use what you see is what you get software? Of course, the code is pretty easy, and so learning how to develop it by hand is great. But there's lots of software out there like Coffee Cup HTML editor, or this HTML editor, I don't even know the name, or even an online HTML editor, which allows you to edit that code in either way, the design or code view. Design is your WYSIWYG view. And of course, make sure that you don't use software like Word, because the code that it outputs is crazy. This particular website is just hello world, and it's over 430 or almost 440 lines of code. So if you want to use WYSIWYG editors, it's important to know there's lots of different ones. Of course, the big ones like Dreamweaver CS4 are great. You just have to know what the code is writing. There's also Composer, which is a free open source WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get HTML editor. And of course, going back, there's lots of different choices that are online as well. So you just need to find out what's the best software for you and then go to it. In the next video, we're going to take a look at what web standards are, which is how we program with these tools the proper way.